Final round of matches today then in the Bundesliga, and some significant results for both the top and the bottom of the table. Bayer Leverkusen with a 1-0 victory over Mainz. A day to forget for Borussia Dortmund, losing at home against Hoffenheim by 4-0. A significant 2-1 victory for Gladbach against Hertha Berlin regarding their Champions League hopes. Meanwhile, Leipzig with a victory over Augsburg. Timo Werner on the score sheet in that game. And at the bottom of the table, Union Berlin beating Fortuna Dusseldorf 3-0. Meanwhile, Werder Bremen with a 6-1 victory over Köln. And for Bayern Munich, well, they ended the season as they have been so impressive in 2020, a 4-0 victory over Wolfsburg. Let's just take a look then at what all of that means. We knew, didn't we, that Bayern Munich had already wrapped up the championship. They're fine first. We knew as well that Dortmund were going to be second. Leipzig third. That win for Gladbach means that they take that coveted fourth spot and will be flying the flag for Germany in the Champions League next season. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the table, you can see that victory for Werder Bremen over Köln and Fortuna Dusseldorf's defeat against Union Berlin means there is a lifeline for Werder Bremen. They will be in that playoff. Fortuna Dusseldorf, though, relegated. Fjortoft then with me to talk us through what was a very busy day indeed. Let's start at the top, shall we? And work our way down. Bayern ending the season their normal regal ways.
An unbelievable season of Bayern. They are winning with 13 points. And it was some time ago we thought that maybe Dortmund could have a chance. Then they're winning at Signal Iduna Park, Bayern 1-0 with that Kimmich goal. And at the end of the day, they have 100 goals. 100 goals. Their record from 71-72 season, I think, was 101, and Lewandowski getting his 34th goal. They've had a fantastic season, not only winning the title so kind of dominant, but also getting a younger team out there. They have a new generation of young players. There are more to expect to come on, so they've done terrifically. And I just thinking that if Bayern, if there was a normal season that we will now would have had the Champions League finish, they would be my great favorite to win that one as well. But now we have to see how this July month and half of the August month will have to do on their form. If I know the Germans well, they will probably be unbelievably prepared for that tournament too.
Meanwhile, how much do we give Dortmund a pass in that there was nothing at stake for this game? Or how much do we say, hey, come on, it's still a match, you've still got pride there. Yeah, Hoffenheim come in and do what they did.
It's embarrassing, and the goalkeeper Burki said after the game that maybe we lack that attitude. Of course, we lack the winning mentality that they got at Bayern, but that was embarrassing. Kramaric, the striker of Hoffenheim, scoring 4 goals in that game. What a day for them. Hoffenheim coming into the European League on the direct position in that group stage there, but embarrassing of Dortmund. And we talked about that game before the game started, and this was the start of a new season. Favre got the confirmation that he will be the coach next year by director Sork yesterday. But still, this is so embarrassing that he will start with kind of bad thing going into a new season. To be fair to them, they've had a quite okay season. They are the second best in Germany after the team that everybody knows is the best team in the world. Still, they have a problem now winning the big points, and the 2 last home games is 0-2 against losing 2-0 against Mainz, and then now 4-0 against Hoffenheim. And thank God for Favre that they were not allowed 81,000 people in that stadium. That could have been the parliament of the streets going on in there. Yeah,
and you have to be careful. Bayern Munich, best team in the world, maybe, as a conversation for another day.
Better than Bayern Munich right now.
I'd say Liverpool look pretty good.
Liverpool had a fantastic game, and I agree with you, but Liverpool is not in the Champions League, so that answer can't be answered properly anyway. But you're right, Liverpool looked very well in the last game and very deservedly winning the Premiership. But Bayern at the moment looking brilliantly, and you saw how they crashed out Chelsea. So I think that was a Bundesliga Premier League competition, wasn't it?
Let's get away from you two comments and move on to Timo Werner. His last game for Leipzig on the score sheet. We've discussed this a lot, and we have the last couple of weeks, how it's kind of a bitter way to leave, considering they are still in the Champions League.
And he did the right thing to kind of calm people down about that, because he scored 2 goals today in his last game. He has got a good sending off from Leipzig, and I follow the German media every day, and they have kind of calmed down on that. We all know that transfer window this summer will be anyone's guess what will going on in terms of money, in terms of when do their contract expire, and it's bad news for RB Leipzig that will happen. But we all know that RB Leipzig is also a commercial company, and it looks like they have accepted that. I would have liked to see Timo Werner stay at his club to play with his teammates in the Champions League, but it wasn't to be, and is one of those seasons, those kind of funny, strange things will happen.
Meanwhile, a very special day for Borussia Monchengladbach. Their coach coming out and saying, this is like pretty much winning the league for us.
And it's true. I mean, you could expect that Bayern will win the league with the resources they got. Same with Dortmund, having great players, getting Can and Haaland in the winter break, even a better team. Leipzig, we know that they are a good team with a lot of financial backing. And then you have the Werkself, it's Leverkusen, who is like the company of Bayer. And then you have suddenly this charming club called Gladbach that in the 70s won together with Bayern were the great teams with great players in their ranks. And I'm very impressed how Gladbach has managed to keep the way of playing, the style of playing, a lot of potential match winners in that team. And Marco Rose, the coach who came from Salzburg, and Max Eberl, the head of sport there, have done a fantastic job. And I agree, to get that fourth place, to get into the Champions League, that is like a trophy for Gladbach and other clubs as well. But this year, Gladbach, so respect to their achievements.
Bayer Leverkusen, however, missing out. That then raises the question, what does this mean for Kai Havertz going forward?
I think that Kai Havertz has a so-called Cristiano Ronaldo deal, because he could have left the club last summer as well. I think they had a talk with him and said, stay with us for another year and we'll let you go next summer. I got a feeling that this player will end up at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich maybe getting Kai Havertz and Leroy Sané from Manchester City. Then we'll have to see the amount of money they will have to bring in. And this Kai Havertz type of player, there's not a lot of them in international football, and I think he will be a great addition to Bayern Munich.
Meanwhile, Jan, you know all about the drama of a relegation scrap. Of course, your famous goal for Eintracht Frankfurt back in 1963. Looking at this battle, though, for Werder Bremen, Fortuna Dusseldorf. Werder Bremen, with that big win, Köln pretty much rolled over, didn't they? Fortuna Dusseldorf couldn't get it done against Union Berlin. I imagine that was the drama of those two games going on at the same time must have been so captivating.
Exactly, and I've been talking about goal difference for weeks now, because it could come down to that. And there was a stage today where they had exactly the same goal difference as well. I think that at the end of the day today, I mean, Fortuna Dusseldorf, they played against Union Berlin, who had nothing to fight for. They didn't have their passionate home crowd, and they still managed to lose 3-0. And if you saw Werder Bremen today, there was an unbelievable game. They scored 3 goals in 9 minutes in the first half, and then there was a goal back for Cologne, but there was never a chance for Düsseldorf today. And now they're going into their playoff game. They can, as it stays now, they will play Heidenheim. Heidenheim, who are playing tomorrow Arminia Bielefeld, the leader of the league, and they're already promoted. And then, but we could end up in the situation that Werder Bremen could play Hamburger Sportverein, who is the rivalry. But let's see, Hamburger Sportverein have thrown everything away, a very traditional club in Germany, but they're talking about doing mistakes. They've done that for fun the last weeks and the last couple of seasons, and now they could miss out for the big prize again.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.